Guys, that doesn't offend me. I promise. It's going to be cute.
It offends me.
My loss of the week is big pot ballet flats.
I'll be dancing around here.
No, name 3 ballet moves.
Pirouette. Leap.
The
Wow.
ones that we haven't said.
Feet together. Position 1.
You were so
First
close.
position.
First position. You were very close.
Yeah, no, I know. Some call it position 1, so depending on where you do ballet.
Cute.
Welcome back to Name 3 Players.
Thanks.
We're your hosts. I'm Victoria,
I'm Raegan.
and this is Sports for the Girls. So if you're new here, you can be a dedicated sports girly, or you can just not know shit, and we're here for you too.
Mm-hmm.
We give you the top 3 sports news stories of the week, and if you're wondering what makes them the top 3 stories, well, we do. And we figure it out because it's what we think is important, and we make the rules here.
Yeah. So if you don't really know anything about sports, but just want something like for your hot date this weekend, to be like, oh my god, did you see that?
Yeah.
We'll give you that.
If you want to talk to a guy about his fantasy team, and he's like, oh my god, this girl is the girl of my dreams, we're for you.
Invite us to the wedding.
Yes, please. We love a wedding.
We sure do.
It is wedding season, by the way. I have one this weekend. You had one last weekend.
Yeah.
Love a nice wedding reception. How was your weekend?
My weekend was great.
It was great.
I think that could take me into my win of the week.
Yeah, give it to me. Lay it on me. Let's combine both.
Perfect. So one of my best friends from college, Olivia, got married this past weekend, and I mean, I feel like when you're in a wedding, like the whole day is just like, it's so fun.
And getting like the college band back together is so fun.
The band was back together for sure.
You become the age you were when you all hung out
Yeah.
for the day, and it's so fun.
It was a blast. Like, it was the smoothest day. Like, not one thing went wrong that any of us knew about. Like, if it did, none of us knew. Like,
Love
Olivia
that.
was just chilling. Her husband, Ray, or Steven, but we call him Ray in college, is, like, the life of any party. So, like, the dance floor was popping. They had a mariachi band.
Oh my god.
The dinner, I swear to God, they had potatoes two ways. Mashed and,
Scalloped.
no, russet, but, like, the little ones, cubed. I don't know. Anyway, potatoes 2 ways. Great day. But it just was, like, so fun. And, like, majority of our pledge class was there. And
Pledge class, aka sorority talk.
I was a sorority girl. So were you. That's how we know each other.
For a blimp of time, absolutely.
But at one point, there was a slow song on, and I didn't have a date, obviously. And there was 3 of us just slow dancing together. And it's like, that's crazy. We're almost 30. What are we doing?
But you really do transport to the time
Yeah.
in which you all were at your prime of friendship. And that's
Yeah.
what's so beautiful about weddings.
Yeah.
You just go right back in time with those friend groups. It's the best.
Yeah.
Same as like bachelorette parties, birthdays, everything.
Yeah. And, like, 2 of my, like, best friends, one lives 2 hours away. One just moved back from Ohio. And they both have, like, new babies.
Ugh.
So it was just, like, good to see them. And,
Were
like,
the babies at the wedding?
No, they weren't there. But
Yeah.
I've met one of the newest babies. I met them, like, on my birthday week. The other one that lives 2 hours away, haven't met her yet, but she's a cute little girl.
We love a new baby.
Yeah. So my weekend was great. That's definitely my win.
That's
How
a
was
good
your
win.
weekend?
Mine was so low key. I did not much of anything, which is very rare for me, but it was beautiful.
You needed it.
I did. My win of the week. Oh, so I recently started gua shaing.
Explain that for the listener.
So it's where you take a rock essentially and rub it against your face.
Sick.
No, it's like a ancient, like I think it's Chinese, like right? Ancient Chinese. It's not medicine. Whatever. Google
Practice.
it. Gua sha, Guasha. But it's basically a stone, and you like oil up your face like a little glazed donut, and then you like rub it against the contours of your face, and it basically just like carves out your cheekbones and like gets like all the lymphatic drainage out of your face. And I don't really drink the Kool-Aid on that stuff typically, but let me tell you girls, it works. This weekend I didn't do much, so I did it like every single night, and I was like, I'm a brand new bitch.
Damn.
Yeah. And I just feel like, I don't know, I feel like not as puffy.
That's awesome. And
That's awesome.
Guashing. That's great.
Yeah, so gouacheing's my win. I've hopped on the trend and it's working.
That's
So
good.
I like it.
Good. I'm glad you had a chill weekend.
I did. Just a chill weekend of gouacheing my face, honestly.
What could be better?
Honestly, nothing. And my loss was like, okay, so track with me here. When you are go, go, go all the time and you just have one thing to the next, you don't have a lot of time to think about like life, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then when you calm down and life slows down a little bit, in the rare case it does, you're just like sitting alone with your thoughts.
Yeah.
I had that kind of weekend, and I just think we talked about the end of summer blues a couple episodes ago. That really hit me. And it was just like everything that I felt like I didn't accomplish this summer, like I didn't get to do, or, you know, what I wanted to do but didn't, or all of like those little like regrets kind of came down on me. And so that was my loss, end of summer blues. But I love fall, and I decorated the condo for Halloween.
It looks great.
As you can see, the vibes are immaculate. So it's spooky in here. The summer blues are gone. I don't give a shit. Just like give me a sweater and, you know, a good soup and a spooky movie.
Yeah, I am ready for fall. So in Kansas City today, it was like 85, 90 degrees at one point. But I was like, I'm so fucking sick of this. It is October.
Yeah.
So I'm
not subscribing to the current weather. I'm in fall.
I literally wore my over-the-knee lug sole boots. I wore a giant sweater vest over a button-down. Like, I'm in fall.
Yeah. You
It's
can't tell
happening.
me otherwise. I've fully unsubscribed to summer.
Yeah, I might fuck around with a jacket.
Yeah.
Soon.
I wore a sweater. I wore an oversized sweater with like denim and boots the other day, and I was like 92. Couldn't tell me otherwise.
No.
Yeah.
I
I'm
think
right there with
AC
you.
can't fix. So.
Yeah. I'm sitting in here regardless, so. But
Well,
yeah, so that was my loss and win. Flasha and just depression, but you know.
Nice.
What was your loss? Did you have one? You had a pretty high weekend, I feel like.
I had a pretty high weekend. Oh, my loss. So I thought this weekend I was going to get to puppy sit and house sit Jess, my college best friend's dogs.
Golden retrievers.
Yeah, they're Ted and Millie. They're just like,
The cutest things ever.
swear to God, like the best dogs in the whole world. And I also got to spend all last weekend with them because I stayed at their house. And she texted me this morning and she was like, okay, I have to tell you something. Please don't hate me. And I was like, oh my God.
You're breaking up with me.
Yeah, what
Yeah.
happened? And she was like, the dogs also want to go to Nebraska. And I was like,
told her that.
well, who am I to stand in their joy? I would never.
You're like, well, tell your dog their Aunt Raegan is here in Kansas City.
It's fine. I'll get through it. I did get to get a lot of snuggles last weekend, so I'll be fine. But
You can come hang out with Norris this weekend. You will on Saturday.
Yeah, I will see Norris. So it's just, you know, I was looking forward. They're like the best dogs ever. So
Yeah. Thank God Norris isn't here to hear that. That's crazy.
Norris knows how I feel about him.
Yeah, that's true. He's also not a dog, so.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was our wins and losses.
That was pretty quick for both of us.
Honestly, yeah, a little quick recap. Well, I didn't have much to talk about. I talked about a stone on my face, so. But
Hard hitting facts.
yeah, just gotta really lead in with the real shit. Now we are gonna go into our recap segment, and that is where we do just that. We recap the last episode, our stories, any notable changes, updates, if the stories have progressed, anything we think the girls need to know, we add it here.
Yeah, and there wasn't really much to report on from our like actual stories of last week, but if you've been around since football season started, Vic and I are just doing little friendly bets.
Oh, we are, and oh, we did.
And okay, funny how the tone has changed now that you whooped my ass.
Can I go back to my wins of the week? Because I'd be winning.
All right. So we're just going to recap week 4, what we talked about as our notable matchups last week. Vic just put the old-fashioned, as Coach Prime would say, it was just an old-fashioned
Butt kicking.
Butt kicking, thanks. Yeah, so just to get into that. First one, Bills versus Dolphins. And the Dolphins, oh, how the mighty have fallen.
Yeah.
Came off a 70-20 win over the Broncos just to get their fucking asses whooped by the Bills.
Yeah.
And I got my ass whooped by Vic.
Yeah. Which I believe you were kind of shocked that I pulled for the Bills in that one.
Yeah, because Josh Allen hasn't...
Roll the tape!
I didn't deny it.
Roll it anyway.
Vic loves being right. But Josh Allen just, like, hasn't looked like himself lately. Their offense hasn't looked great, but something clicked this week.
Yeah,
he had a great game.
Yeah, 48 points.
Yeah.
Yeah, I won that one. The Saints versus the Bucks. The Bucks won 26-9.
Yeah, and we talked about Jameis Winston, and we were like, oh my god, their old quarterback is gonna get to start, blah blah blah. They didn't put him in till the fourth quarter, and the first time he got the ball, he's like, fuck it, I'm going deep. Throws a fucking... I was like, no.
Jameis!
We were all rooting for you. I don't know if anybody was, but...
We were.
Yeah, so...
Name 3 players was rooting for you.
Bucks took that one, 26-9.
And so did Vic.
Yeah.
The next one, Falcons-Jags. And that was the first London game of the season. We woke up early for that one. Did you watch it?
I did.
I did too.
I started watching the Toy Story version. Did you?
I did, and then I turned it off.
What?
I know you would love it. I knew it. I was watching it, and I was like, Raegan's going to eat this shit
Well,
up.
I take that back. Like, Dalton, so I stayed the night at Jess and Dalton's. So then Jess was still asleep. Obviously, I was like, I have a football game to watch.
Sorry, gotta clock in.
No, I just was awake. And I heard him downstairs. So I was like, did you turn on the Toy Story version? And he's like, well, I started to, but then I didn't know how I felt about it. I was like, we have to at least see it.
The claw was too much.
Here's the thing. I loved every second of it, but I was like, it was delayed. We knew what was happening before they showed it, because do you know how they did it?
I was gonna say, explain the experience.
Yes. So not only did the Jags and Falcons play each other in London, but this was streamed on ESPN Plus or Disney Plus.
It was both ESPN Plus and Disney Plus.
And they turned it into a football game in Andy's room.
Yeah. Basically, Disney bought ESPN, so now they can do whatever the fuck they want, and it was very clear that they did.
So they put chips in every player's shoulder pads, and that's how they were able to track. And because it wasn't like in real time, there was like a 3-minute delay.
Yeah, which the science of it is cool, and I'm not saying it was
the Bijan Robinson juke that he did in the game, that and Toy Story. Like, imagine being juked in Andy's room. Embarrassing. But like, they had the claw spotting the ball.
The claw, that's where you lost me. I was like, I get it. And I think it's cute. It explains it to kids.
Yeah.
Or people.
Well, I was laughing. I saw a tweet
Taylor
that was
Swift
like,
fans.
Jesus Christ.
Taylor Swift fans are tuning in for the first time. They're like, oh my god, Andy's room.
Cartoons.
Oh my god, Disney, shut up.
I saw a tweet that was like, this is so funny because the commentators, knowing they have the Disney game, are still like calling the game as they would, but then all of a sudden they're like, bah, Zarg is here. Bah.
Zarg is here. And also they're looking at each other probably like, we do not get paid enough for this.
Oh, see, I think they are paid fine.
Yeah, that's true.
But Slinky was the chain gang, and so whenever they needed a first down, he'd just back it on up.
The creative team really killed it.
It was incredible.
I knew. Okay, this is what's so funny about how different we are. I was watching it fully annoyed, and in my head, I was like, Raegan's eating this shit up. And I love Disney. Like, I'm not above it. It's just, I was like, I can't even, like, this isn't football. Like, it's a video game I'm watching.
No.
But I was literally watching it in the back of my head being like, Raegan is like a little kid sitting crisscross applesauce on the floor watching this game being like, it's Slinky!
The tweet that was like, it's gotta be demoralizing to get a penalty and watch Slinky Dog back that ass up to rub it in.
Like, it just was truly genius. Like,
What did they do for the flag?
I don't know.
I was trying to figure out what happened when there was a flag. The first 2 videos, the NFL Toy Story game was a complete disaster.
What? It went off without a hitch.
Oh, what are you talking about? 5 stars!
Literally.
Oh my god. What?
Anywho, Falcons got their ass beat, both animated and in real life.
Okay, also imagine being the Falcons, you're in London, in Andy's room, and you lose 23-7. Bad day.
Also, Kyle Pitts is their, like, wide receiver one that they just don't use at all.
Yeah.
And, you know, in Toy Story 2, the toy squeaker, the penguin, who's all dusty. And they were like, it's Kyle Pitts. Because they don't ever use him. So he's just getting dusty on the sidelines. We'll take you in Kansas City. Come on down.
Come on down.
But, yeah, so anyway, I love the Toy Story game.
Saying come on down to Atlanta from Kansas City.
Come on up, whatever. Vic won that one, too.
Yeah. Oh, the one game that Raegan won is Raiders at Chargers. Chargers won 24-17.
Raiders suck.
Yeah.
Suck.
Jimmy G.
He didn't play.
Yeah.
Didn't clear concussion protocol. Devontae Adams wants out of there so bad. Josh Jacobs wants out of there so bad.
Yeah, the culture of the Raiders is not looking so hot.
Did you see the video of people yelling at the owner?
Yes.
And he was like, smarten up! Smarten up! Like, what does that mean?
Yeah, collectively, what's going on with, like, any banter going on with, like, ownership, coaches?
Yeah.
There's just a lot. I'm like, why don't we rehearse this stuff, guys, in the shower even? Like, just go through, like, what your commentary is going to be like.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Crazy. So
I rode the bus here.
Not that guy. Have you seen his bangs? No.
Yeah, no. He's also, like, insanely rich and has that haircut.
He looks like Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah. Okay, so the Chiefs at the Jets. The Chiefs took it 23-20, way too close.
Zach Wilson figured out how to play football.
Zach Wilson looked amazing. And I mean, at the beginning, I was like, oh no. And then he got better. I think Zach Wilson, and this is, you're going to already looking at me like it's a hot take. I think he's going to be amazing.
He needed the confidence, for sure.
But I think, like, he's so young.
Yeah.
And he's so able. And he, like, swallows the nerves. And, like, how do you go from throwing 3 interceptions to almost beating the Chiefs?
Yeah. Well, because Patrick Mahomes threw 3 interceptions.
Statistically, you are correct, yes.
But
that is how you do it.
People were like, oh my god, Taylor Swift fans are watching this thinking Zach Wilson's better than Patrick Mahomes.
It's funny. But, yeah, I mean, I think Zach Wilson, hats off to him.
He played the game of his life, and whenever Patrick and him shook hands, Patrick, we're besties, whatever, first name basis.
Old Pat.
But he was like, you played like Aaron Rodgers out there. He was like, play like that all fucking season. Because if he plays like that, like...
And if you're Aaron Rodgers, you're so proud.
Yeah.
Up there in your little suite.
But Chiefs skated on by with a 3-point win, 23-20. But I won 2 games this week because we both won because the Chiefs won.
Yeah, there you go.
Did you see my smiley face?
Taylor Swift was also in attendance at that game, if you didn't know. They didn't show it, so we just wanted to let you guys know.
I am...
Let loose.
Is this a safe space with the girls?
This is a safe space. Lay it on us,
with
Riggs.
all of our listeners?
Yes. Yeah.
There's no fucking way that it's real. I don't believe it because the first commercial out of the gate for every commercial during the first half was about her tour, her movie, shut up.
She has a movie?
They're making her tour into a movie.
Oh, got it.
So,
like, there was already a documentary.
Yeah, so, like, shut up. When Isaiah Pacheco stormed down the field, scored his first NFL touchdown in his hometown, the first thing they do is cut to her. Fuck off. I don't care what Bangs thinks. I want to see Isaiah Pacheco on the field. I don't care. I'm so sick of it. Like, CJ Stroud having the season of his life down in Houston, no one's hearing about it as a rookie because we're fucking talking about Taylor Swift. No one cares.
I think there's a lot of people that care. It's just, like, not the NFL crowd.
My family was texting on Sunday, like, talking about everybody that was in the suites. He was like, Blake Lively's in there. He was like, Hugh Jackman, Ryan Reynolds, Anthony. I said Sophie Turner. But Dad goes, who cares? I was in tears.
Yes.
Like, who cares? Exclam.
That's
just see him
so
being like,
funny.
shut the fuck up. Who cares?
Who cares?
Truly. You're right.
But I think, going back to your theory, it's expanding the target market, and so it's doing what it's supposed to do. I think it's a PR genius move. Still.
It is, but I'm like,
is it
it's
too
overdone.
much? Yeah. But I think you're onto something with your theory.
Someone, like, think about, the NFL has never had, like, A-list celebrities like this at their game. The athletes sometimes are A-list celebrities
Yeah, and, like,
themselves.
NBA always has.
And NBA figures it out. They're like, oh, look who's courtside tonight. Move on. Let's do that. Who's in the house tonight? They do this at the Super Bowl. Here's who's here. Boom, boom, boom. All right. We're done here.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just like, I'm over it. I want to get back to normal football, where we talk about football.
I want to get back to normal football in Andy's room in Slinky.
Yes. Precisely. We love that.
So, all right.
Anyway.
Broncos Bears. Broncos win 31-28.
Bears blew a 28-point lead.
Yeah, no, that game. It's just sad football to watch.
It's very sad. Broncos today on Wednesday cut a player because they're focused on having a young team. All right, Russell Wilson is 34. Let's cut him too.
Yeah.
But anyway, sad game. But much
won.
to our surprise, it was not a scoreless game.
Yeah, truly. I still did win though.
I missed it. Did you win?
Yeah, I won that one. I won a couple others too.
That's cool. I beat you in a lot on this podcast, I feel like, so you're welcome.
All right. Moving along. Okay. So before we get into our top 3 sports stories of the week, we do have a sponsor.
Mm-hmm.
And that sponsor is the Good Patch. The Good Patch are wearable patches designed to make each day just a little bit easier. Whether you need to look alive, find your zen, or clock in some beauty sleep, they've got you covered. Simply peel, stick, and wear for up to 8 to 12 hours. We suggest the Rescue for the hangovers, Relief for the sore muscles, Cycle for that time of the month, and B12 for a little extra energy. Use code NAME3PLAYERS, that's NAME3PLAYERS all spelled out, at checkout for 15% off your order.
Stunning. Do you know what I noticed?
What?
Neither of us had to talk about being hungover today.
Yeah, no, we're so grown.
That's on
amazing.
growth.
I'm pretty sure my mom got the Good Patch.
Oh, cute. My dad is like obsessed with the B12 ones. Lead us into the top 3, Riggs.
It's about that time.
In a minute.
All right. Well, it's time for our top 3 stories. And like Vic said at the beginning, how do we pick the top 3 stories? Well, it's the ones that we think are the most important. We make the rules here. So our 3 stories are like 3 content buckets, and there's just like a couple items under each one.
Yeah, we've got bullet points for the girls.
We do. So we're picking through the stories so you don't have to.
Okay.
So our first one is just around the NFL. There's just a lot going on, as we talked about, but just some notable items here. Jamal Adams, who is a star safety for the Seattle Seahawks, he finally made his long-awaited return on Monday Night Football when they played the Giants. He'd been out for like 283 days. He tore his quad early in last season. It was a brutal injury. So everyone was like so excited for his return. Everyone was talking about it all day Monday. And then he got a concussion in the first series of the game that night.
And almost took out his doctor on the sidelines.
Yeah. Yeah. So he took a knee to the helmet. Him getting up was a very scary sight. It was a little wobbly. He was taken into concussion protocol, had some choice words for the doctor that ruled him out for the game. He's now facing some disciplinary action, possibly, for his reaction to the doctor.
Yeah, the training staff literally had to hold him back from, like, beating the shit out of the guy, so.
Yeah. So as long as
like, I'm literally doing this for your safety.
Yeah.
Crazy.
But, I mean, I get emotions are high. You're finally back. Everyone's so excited. And then, like, it's not like he was angry at him. I think he was just angry he was hurt.
Right.
But I understand.
Doctor, you're like, hey.
The doctor was just standing there in his red little hat, and he was like, okay, you're still hurt.
Yeah.
So as long as he doesn't suffer any disciplinary actions for that, he's just out week 5 and he'll be back week 6.
Mm-hmm.
But sucks for him. So.
That does suck.
And then Aaron Rodgers was at the Jets vs. Chiefs game. He came in walking on crutches with a little ankle brace.
And his cute little Wayfarers. Ray-Ban Wayfarers.
See, I think he's hot.
Listen, I will take, like, as I have ate my words multiple times on this man. But then, you know, he says some weird shit about dolphins, and then I just, like, have to go back and double down. He looked cute. Like, he looks healthy, other than the old Achilles. But, like, he just looks like, you know, he's happy to be there. He's a leader.
Yeah.
And I think him sitting up in that little box made me sad. Just by himself. I'm like, where are your friends? Oh, they're all down there playing.
Yeah.
Your family's nowhere to be found.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I will take it back. I mean, I think he just has like a charisma about him.
Yeah. He did say he plans to be back this season, so that was a rumor at first, but now he's saying it, so.
Yep.
He's been rehabbing, he's been moving around on it, so, I mean, I don't fucking know.
And he has.
I'm sad. If you're making it back, I want to watch.
Yeah, 100%. I'm tuned in. And I trust him.
Yeah.
He's a legend in his own right. Cooper Kupp is off the IR.
On his way. He has to start on Wednesday. They designated him to practice, so this is like his 21-day period to get moved off of IR.
He missed the first 4 games.
Yeah. So he tore, or I don't know if he tore his hamstring. He suffered a hamstring injury like early this season in the preseason, I think. Mm-hmm. So yeah, he's missed the first 4 games, but ahead of the trade deadline, which we'll get into, this is his 21-day window for activation. So if he can make it through the 21 days without re-injuring or clearing all protocol, then he'll be active, which is huge for them. He's like a star wide receiver, so.
Yeah, they need him too.
Yeah. And then finally around the NFL, we've got a tush-push controversy. Just some controversy around butts. No, I'm just kidding.
The old tush-push.
The old tush-push. They've started calling it the brotherly shove. It's another word for a QB sneak.
Yes.
So, girlies, if you're not familiar with what a QB sneak is, it's a play that is run whenever you're like 4th and 1, 4th and inches, because as we talked last week, you have 4 tries, 4 downs to move 10 yards. So this play is used whenever you're like super close and you don't want to punt the ball. It's where all the linemen and the quarterback just push their way forward through the defense to get that 1 extra inch. And
that extra inch matters sometimes.
Sex joke. Anyway.
For the girls.
But the Eagles, the Philadelphia Eagles, are very good at it. They're like 10 for 11.
Philadelphia.
They're like 10 out of 11 attempts this season for the tush push or the QB sneak. They're really fucking good at it.
Yeah.
Other teams, I think it's like 49 out of 67, like some weird, like they just suck at it.
Yeah.
Other teams. So because of that, the Eagles always run it and almost always convert. Other teams don't, and so other teams are like, ban it, it sucks, we hate it.
Yeah, which is just so lame. Like, oh, you can't do it, so you want it banned.
And, I mean, people do get injured on it.
Whiny bitch energy.
Like, it's a risky little game.
Chloe just shook her head. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Agreed.
Sorry, I'm actually buying the Good Patch right now.
Oh, cuties.
Oh.
You got so many in one.
Yeah.
What a deal! You guys can get it.
Chloe's buying
Chloe's
the Good Patch
actively
right now.
using our code.
Yeah. So anyway, there's still some controversy on it. The league's not going to change it anytime soon because it works.
It also takes forever for them to do anything, so.
Also that, so.
All right, well, that was around the NFL. I like how you called it a content bucket. That was everything in the bucket.
Mm-hmm.
Next bucket is the MLB Playoffs.
We're so excited.
Baseball! One time for the baseball.
Whenever I sent the outline to you guys today and Chloe was like, woo, MLB. I was like, do you want to talk about it?
The wild card round is here. It started yesterday.
Yeah.
Today's Wednesday. It started Tuesday.
Yeah, and they're using a new format. It's a 12-team format, so this is allowing an additional wild card spot for both the American and the National Leagues.
The World Series starts October 27th. There's 2 more rounds after this, before that. And the Atlanta Braves are favored to win.
Yeah. So there's a handful of teams that are playing right now in the wild card round, but there is some teams that went straight to the divisional round. They had a first round bye. So Astros, Orioles, Dodgers, and Braves have the first round bye, so they won't play until
And they'll just go straight to the divisional.
Yeah, so, Chloe, any thoughts on the MLB?
Yeah, give it Chloe's MLB corner.
It was very entertaining to watch at work last night. I think there's something to be said that we grew up in a city where the majority of our lives, our baseball team has sucked. Respectfully.
We suck.
So, like, I understand why the hype is not there. But, like, the Royals, we are good for 2 years.
Right.
I'm 27.
Yes.
I've been waiting. But, like, if you watch...
Statistically, that's very bad odds, yeah. 27.
Yeah. This is a statistics podcast.
Yeah. So, and this is a math podcast.
But, like, watching it and, like, I have videos of my mom at, like, a playoff game, like, living it up when we were in the playoffs. Like, going for the World Series. Like, they're fun when your team's in it. It's boring when your team's not.
Yes, and
But
your team is not in it.
Correct.
You are Royals girly.
Yeah, they're in their off season. I would maybe choose the Atlanta Braves.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was the MLB playoffs. A lot of hard-hitting facts there.
It's about all you're gonna get out of us.
Yeah.
That,
we'll keep letting you know. If the Braves win, we'll let you know.
Yeah.
If they don't, we'll let you know that too.
We'll let you know.
Next on the docket, next content bucket, as Raegan would say.
I can't wait.
Is the NBA Media Day.
Which...
And God, did we have some headlines and photos from this media day.
If you've been around for a long time, me, Raegan, speaking, loves Jimmy Butler.
Yes.
Himmy Butler. I love him. Everything about him. He is so silly. He's
so
good.
silly.
He plays for the Heat. The Heats.
Himmy with the Heats.
Yep.
The real ones know that reference.
But his thing is like to show up to media day every year with like a new look.
And this look was a new look.
So he's very sad about the Damian Lillard trade,
Yes.
as we'd covered last week. So he showed up to media day, straightened hair, emo, like circa 2007.
Painted nails.
Middle school MySpace photo.
Me in middle school. He showed up as me in middle school.
Lip rings, nose rings, painted nails, a silk press.
Yes. Blink-182 blaring.
Yeah. Someone was like, tonight will be the night that I will ball for you.
No, it was so... I know everyone was like, what? I was like, this is the freaking part of sports that I eat up. Like, the weird shit that they can do. I'm like, fuck yes, Jimmy Butler.
So unserious.
Absolutely. So unserious.
So there's a clip of him with Tyler Hero and then Bam Adebayo. They're like doing their little thing, and Bam is just crying. He's
like,
laughing
yeah,
so
imagine
hard.
showing up. He didn't tell anybody.
No.
He showed up like that, and they're all like looking normal, taking photos, and they're like, what?
And he was like, Bam was like, the lip rings are just annoying me. And he was like, shut up. I gotta stay in character. And Tyler Hero is just over there like, what?
Losing his mind.
He said that he did it because he's emo about the Lillard trade.
Yeah, it's so funny. It was so good. And he did stay in character. Like, every little, like, clip I saw, I was like, wow.
And every single photo that is used of him from the Heat for the remainder of this entire season
Will look like that.
That.
And that's just
It's
the best.
so funny.
It's so funny. It doesn't get, like, pure, like, what a deep, pure sense of humor.
Yeah.
Like, it's so funny. Yeah.
And he walked in with, like, this, like, huge, oversized black trench coat, and, like, he just looked goth.
Yeah. No, he did. The painted nails were my favorite part.
Yeah.
So, Jimmy Butler's emo.
So is Jokic.
Yeah, for not as funny. Jokic is just still very lukewarm on being himself in here and in the NBA. And he also doesn't know who Coach Prime is.
They were like, Jokic, did you have a good summer? And he was like, absolutely not. We played for 2.5 extra months. So, blank stare. Just like, fucking hate it.
Yeah.
Somebody quote tweeted a video of him, and they were like, ball is job. And they
Ball
were
is not life, ball is job.
Literally. Horses, life. Ball, job. They were like, do you know who Coach Prime is? And he was like, no, sorry. Next question.
No, sorry. He honestly, his media day was just as funny to me as Jimmy Butler's, but for unintentional reasons.
Yeah.
No,
like,
sorry.
I just can't
Next
imagine. Well, I know how he felt. I hated my job at my old job, but I'm like, you hate this.
You hate being here.
You truly hate it.
Just take the fine, buddy. Spend a little bit more time with the horses.
I mean, I'm sure you could retire.
Yeah, I don't think he wants to do that.
But, okay.
I think he, like, likes actually playing basketball. It's just, like, the culture of the NBA and, like,
The fanfare.
the fanfare is not his thing.
Just so wild.
I know.
Imagine, like, Patrick Mahomes just being like,
Ball job. Coors Light, yum.
Oakley's,
Ripped
sure.
jeans style.
Get this bitch a mic. So I sent this to Chloe at 4:30 this morning when I couldn't sleep. It was derived from a TikTok. It was
Derived. What a fucking crazy term to then follow it with the word TikTok. It was actually derived from a TikTok.
But it was like silly costumes for you and the girls, and it was like everyone dresses
Your
up.
algorithm really got you.
Yeah. Well, okay, so if it's a whole group, then we all dress up as the Roman Empire.
We
Yes.
are the Roman Empire.
Yes, I will do that. That's fucking funny.
We have to dress up like knights.
Yes.
Knights. Gladiators.
Gladiators. So anyways, Halloween.
Okay, yeah, let's be the Roman Empire.
Okay.
Okay, so anyways, back to sports. Damian Lillard has appeared in his team photos for the Bucks.
He's never taken a picture like this.
He was sitting there and he was like, "Wow, I've never taken a picture like this." Like, did you hate your life
Yeah.
in Portland, or what's going on here?
So he liked the photo. Like.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's happy to be there.
Yeah. That's it on that.
And that's that on that.
Can I tell you what I see when I see the name Damian Lillard?
Sure. I think of a kid with a speech impediment. Anyway.
I see the man lizard.
The man lizard. Interesting.
Damian Lillard, the man lizard.
You never went to school with a kid that couldn't say the word yellow, so they said Lello?
That is so sad.
So Lillard. So,
Yeah.
James
James Harden did not show up to media day with the 76ers, but showed up 2 days late to training camp and said skipping the first 2 days were his latest push in the desire to be traded to the Clippers. So James Harden has not let up. If you're confused about that, you can go back a few episodes. We talked about it. Harden really wanting the Clippers.
yeah, he's trying to pull a Chris Jones, but not. So, like,
Yeah.
if it were me, if I'm on the Clippers, like, in their front office, like, going through this trade, I would be like, what kind of work ethic is that?
Yeah.
Like, I would be like, I want to go to the Clippers so bad, I'm going to go to practice and show why they should trade for me.
Right. Not like hold out.
Yeah.
Yeah. It makes sense to hold out. We're telling James Harden what to do. Like, he's not getting, like, legal advice from his agent. We're like, hey, James, so we've been thinking. I, like, to me, if you're trying to hold out, it only makes sense if, like, you're not showing up to your team that you're trying to get to pay you more. Like, Chris
Right.
Jones. It doesn't make sense to me, like you said. Like, you're trying to go to another team, but you're like, I'm being a little bitch over here.
Yeah.
Hire me. I won't be a little bitch for you. No,
Yeah.
like, will you be a little bitch?
Yeah, because you
You're
get here
looking
for
like a
1
little
year,
bitch.
and then maybe aren't happy, and then you're putting us in the same position next year.
Yeah, and you're not showing up to media day, and you're showing up 2 days late to training camp, being a little bitch, being like, "Give me the Lakers," you know.
Yeah, quit being a little bitch.
So, yeah, I would say like biggest news other than Jimmy Butler being emo is LeBron James moves from number 6, his jersey number, to number 23. Basically, this happened because Bill Russell, who played for the Celtics, passed away last year, 2022, and the NBA retired number 6 in honor of him. But any like players that currently had number 6 could keep it. And out of respect, LeBron decided to move on to 23 and retire number 6, which I think is very respectable. So
Yeah, that's really cool. I thought it was for Michael Jordan, so that's way cooler.
yeah, it's not.
Anywho. The final 2 things that came out of Media Day was KD, Kevin Durant, pretty much declared himself for the Olympics, and then Steph Curry alluded to the fact that he wanted to play, which would be his first time ever playing for Team USA. So he's like, I want to be there. I've never done it before. Like, imagine being like, well, I don't know. I've never done that before. I'll go be an Olympian.
And just like the headline like alludes to the Olympics.
Oh, I wrote that.
Oh.
Derived from a TikTok alludes to the Olympics. I'm just a vocabulary queen. So anyway, there's that. That really wraps up our 3 stories. It's kind of bleak out there unless you're a football fan or a baseball fan or a basketball
Or a
fan.
Taylor Swift fan.
Yeah.
that wraps up our top 3 sports news stories, or as Raegan would call them, content buckets of the day. We are going into...
of the week.
Of the week. We are going to go into our hot little NFL segment that we have just for the NFL season. Kicking us off, we got the Bills and the Jags.
Second game in London. Jags are just the home team in London now. They're there 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, crazy.
Very. No Toy Story game, though. Sad.
Yeah.
So Bills kind of got it all put together last week against the Dolphins. Obviously, Josh Allen looked a lot better. Now people are saying that their Bills Super Bowl window's back open. Like, shut up. You say it every year.
Yeah.
But anyway, Josh Allen versus Trevor Lawrence is a great matchup, quarterback-wise. So It'll be a good game, I think. But you won, so you get to pick.
Bills.
Damn. Didn't even hesitate. Okay.
Never do.
Never back down, never won! What's that from?
Derived from a TikTok.
Derived from a TikTok. So, cool.
Never back down, never what?
I guess I'll pick the Jags.
Actually,
are you looking up odds as we're talking about these?
I'm betting. I'm actively betting with my dad.
All right. So the next matchup is Dolphins versus Giants. Daniel Jones sucks. Dolphins don't. So, I'll pick Dolphins.
In what world would I pick the Giants?
Today,
Yeah.
by default. All right.
Bengals, Cards. Honestly, yeah. Freaking toss-up, which is crazy.
Cardinals are getting better every week, weirdly enough.
Bengals are getting bad every week.
Like, Joe Burrow is hurt. Rest him, please. You're playing the Cardinals. It is fine because they have this week, next week, and then I think they play Bills and I can't remember who else. But they have 2 big games coming up, so rest him.
Let the guy,
He's not okay, and it's honestly getting sad.
It is, like, literally. I said that over the weekend. It's sad.
So who are you picking?
I feel like I'm going to go Cardinals. And that seems crazy, but it's just true.
Yeah. I would agree with that. If I got to pick first, I would have done that too.
I wonder what Vegas is saying.
Jamar Chase, did you see his post-game interview?
Yeah, he was like...
Which I can't tell if he's like, okay, I'm not getting any targets and I'm on a contract year and I want to be paid next year, or if he's like, I'm sick of losing, I'm open, throw me the ball.
Yeah.
Like, I can't tell.
I don't know.
Maybe a little bit of both.
It's hard. Like, it feels crazy to even say that the Cardinals are going to take it, but like I still think it's
They beat
weird.
the Cowboys.
I know. It's the Bengals offense, it's honestly crazy. Like, it's exceptionally bad.
Yeah, and T. Higgins is still out.
Yeah. So yeah, Cards on that one.
Okay.
Note it, Chloe.
Done.
Broncos versus Jets. Broncos finally got their first win, and like I said earlier, Zach Wilson learned how to play football, so...
Yeah, the Jets for sure.
Well, good thing I get to pick, so
Yeah.
the Jets. I don't know, it'll be interesting to see. I mean...
Broncos Jets will be interesting to see?
Anything can fucking happen. We almost lost to the Jets, so...
Are you saying the Broncos are going to be better? I'm confused.
I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, I'm going to go Jets, but...
Yeah, no,
Anything can happen.
I think the Jets are definitely going to take it.
And then Chiefs versus Vikings. It's in Minnesota, but both teams' offense appear to be struggling.
Yeah.
I mean, Vikings are terrible.
Yeah.
I don't think they've won one game.
I'm going to take the Chiefs. Not just out of blind loyalty.
Yeah, they should win.
Yeah.
All right. And then Cowboys versus 49ers. Cowboys versus 49ers. This has been like game of the year potential.
Mm-hmm. I love watching the 49ers.
I do
They're
too.
such a fun football team
They're
to watch.
so good. Their offense looks... Brock Purdy is good.
Incredible. George Kittle, amazing. I love watching them.
Yeah, and then the Cowboys defense is like insane all year, so...
The Cowboys look great.
I really don't know. I think it's going to be a game of offense. I'm going to go 49ers. Could go either way,
I would have
though.
said the same thing, but I will take the Cowboys.
All right. That's our Week 5 notable matchups and our Halloween costumes.
Our Halloween costume potentials and the Week 5 in the NFL.
Perfect.
All right. Well, before we hop into our Walkout Fit and Walkout Song of the Week, we have another sponsor. You know it. You love it. it's our lifeline. Our Walkout Fits of the week are brought to you by Waterboy. Replenish after a long weekend with a stick of Waterboy. Formulated with electrolytes and vitamins, this hydrating drink mix helps you reduce nausea and fatigue and helps you chill out after a weekend out. Each stick of Waterboy is vegan, has 0 sugar, and includes 3 times electrolytes and vitamins than its competitors. The original Weekend Recovery is available in strawberry lemonade, blue raspberry, and fruit punch flavors with the newest athletic recovery in lemon lime. So whether it's from working out or going out, reach for Waterboy. You can use the code FORTHEGIRLS, no spaces, for 15% off your order. That has changed. Please make note. We've had people DM us. It is no longer Name 3 players. It is for the girls. All right. Take us into your walkout fit of the week, Riggs.
Okay, are you familiar with the TikTok couple, Juwan and Chan?
No.
All right. So this is the couple, Juwan and Chan.
Oh my god, that's their baby.
Yeah, she's stunning.
So cute.
So Juwan plays for the Saints, and Shannon is like, she's hilarious on TikTok. She's like the football wife. They met in college, like all this stuff.
Okay.
They just had a baby.
Oh,
anyway.
Love babies.
So his warm-up fit is my fit of the week. Or I guess it is his walkout fit. He's wearing jeans with like patchwork, looks like lace patchwork flowers. I'm not really sure. But the star of the show is the t-shirt that he's wearing, and it's got her picture all over it, and it says baby mama.
Oh my god,
I think that's so cute. So
I love those t-shirts. I think they're so funny.
The baby's spitting up.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's really cute. That was a good one.
So yeah, mine is
him wearing his baby mama t-shirt. That's so
iconic.
Cute.
They're such a cute couple.
Mine, since you asked, is Darren Waller. He plays for the Giants. And he wore this green, I thought it was Carhartt Work in Progress. I don't think it is. But it's this green kind of workwear set.
Yeah.
Forward. It's a button-up collared shirt with some work pants. And then Common Projects boots. And it's incredible. And he has his little AirPod Maxes as his accessory. And he's killing it. The Giants may be struggling on the field. Walking up to that field,
they all look
chef's
great.
kiss.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, one of the best, in my humble opinion, one of the best dressed teams. Not just in the NFL, but in general.
Yeah. No, that fit went crazy. His wife is Kelsey Plum? From the WNBA, who we've talked about her fits before too. So like
they be dressing.
They do be dressing. But yeah, I like him a lot too. He just got traded to the Giants from the Raiders this past season. So
Which
I'd like the Giants over the Raiders though.
Would you?
Not in a winning sense, but like I would just
Culturally.
never want to be a Raiders player ever.
Yeah.
So.
No, that makes sense.
All right. Well, that takes us into our breakdown segment.
And we are breaking it down for the girls. This is basically where at the end of the episode we take a sports topic, a play, some drama, something that may not seemingly make a lot of sense right off the bat. Get it? Off the bat. And we break it down for the girls. And this week's topic is the NFL trade deadline.
Yes. So very timely. Because we are in the final month of the NFL trade deadline. Teams have up until 4 p.m. Eastern on October 31st.
Halloween!
To finalize... Spooky. That could be spooky for a lot of people.
It can be.
To finalize all trades and their rosters going into the second half of the season.
Yeah.
So this always takes place the Tuesday following the 8th week of the regular season. It used to be the 6th week, but they changed it to the 8th week.
Yeah.
Because they added on to regular season schedule.
Right.
That makes sense as I'm saying that. But the trade has to be accepted by the trade deadline and can be approved or processed after, depending on league settings. So it's just basically like the teams right now, all the players that are unhappy, sick of losing, like Devontae Adams, request a trade, we'll take you. Darren Waller, request a trade, we'll take you. T. Higgins, please, I'm begging, we'll take you. So it's just like, you know.
We, as in...
Me.
The Chiefs front office, i.e. Raegan Wagner.
I am Brett Beach.
Yes.
But yeah, like Josh Jacobs of the Raiders, who's not happy, who did the holdout, all of that this year, like he could request a trade.
Yeah.
They just have to get it all done and finalized by the 31st.
Halloween.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's really as simple. And, you know, we covered draft day. We explained all of that. It's just basically concluding any switches and changes. Switches and changes?
Switches and changes. So they did like the first wave of trades and all of that before training camp. Remember that?
Yep.
And then now it's like set in stone. If you get traded by this time, you're there for till the Super Bowl.
I'm going to be honest. I just took a glimpse at your walkout song of the week, and I can't think of anything else now. Like, I'm hearing what you're saying, but I'm just... It's all for you. We're going to get unmonetized just because we sound so much like Janet Jackson right now. It's going to be caught for copyright.
Well, great segue, Vic.
Yeah, thanks.
Do you want to ask me what my walk-up song of the week is?
What is your walkout song of the week?
So, it's All For You by Janet Jackson.
Did that play at the wedding reception and you were like, fired?
No. So,
Derived from a TikTok?
Derived from a TikTok. I was, the other night, and just scrolling. But then I found this group that dances, and they did, to the breakdown of this song, this, like, breakdown in a... I'm going to show it to you right now.
I want more on my TikTok of that.
I mean, I'm not joking you whenever I say I watched it probably 30 times in a row. It was so good. So then I was like, this song's a fucking bop. And like I said, I've said this time and time again on this podcast, honestly, there is nothing better than like choreography or a dance to a song to really just like bring that song back into your rotation.
Yeah, it's the
like,
Rihanna one that I can't get out of my head.
It slaps.
Yeah.
So, that's mine.
Okay, well, mine is also derived from a TikTok. So how fucking millennial are we?
Look at us.
Mine is Water by Tyla.
Yeah.
And I played it for you before we started recording, and is it not a bop?
Certified. It is a bop.
Certified bop.
Kind of surprised that you like it.
Why? It's R&B.
Is it? Seemed like
100%.
Nah. It's a great song.
Oh, like you think it sounded poppy?
Yeah. Maybe that.
What are you actually trying to say?
I don't know. But
Okay.
It didn't sound R&B to me, but I like it.
I can hear in your voice when you're like kind of lying, and that felt like kind of a lie. Like you were like, yeah.
I mean, I don't know what I'm trying to say it sounds like.
But it doesn't sound like R&B to you.
No.
Okay, well, regardless.
But I like it.
It's amazing, and it's been stuck in my head for probably 4 days.
It's a good one.
Yeah. So, All For You by Janet Jackson, Water by Tyla. Chloe is adding it to the playlist right now. Walk Up Songs of the Week. You can find it on our Spotify.
Mm-hmm.
And that concludes our 22nd episode. As always, we appreciate you guys listening. This was this 22nd episode of Name 3 Players. We release new episodes every Friday and cover the hard-hitting stories. You can listen to our episodes on Spotify, iHeart, Amazon, and YouTube, and stay up to date on all that's happening on our Instagram. Name 3 Players, all spelled out, on TikTok as well. And finally, you can listen to our walk-up songs of the week, like I said, in our special curated playlist for the girls by following us on Spotify at Name 3 Players.
Listen to the pod, listen to our songs. We just keep the girlies fed.
We do, all week.
Damn.
Well, speaking of a week, we hope you had a great one, and we hope you have a better weekend for the girls.
Bye.
Bye.